Welcome to Ruckard Divergenced um, strategy part 2. So we have managed to build a script from Ruckard Zignaly template, part of it, so that it matches the squeezed E3003 functionality. And so what we were left to do is to implement the two old logic. Maybe add the two old logic to the Ruckard Zignaly template too. So this is what we are going to do today, and if we have more time, we will try to use multiple pairs of divergence so that the strategy works better. Okay, so we can compare the code and see what happens with two old logic. So if I'm not mistaken, there are some inputs which are here, okay, and we don't have a turn it on, turn it off setting, and we will add it. And then somewhere down here we should have this setting about two old strategy should be somewhere. So here we have two functions, and then somewhere they should be used. Let me check. Two old logic must be around here, and I don't see it. Okay, so here it is. And finally we use it down here maybe. Well, I mean, we're going to check everything step by step. So the first thing that we need is the inputs. Okay, let me check if there is any change here. No change. So the first thing that we want to do is the inputs. So we have some inputs about the two old order logic, which we will need to improve. Let me check where the hell they are. Here it is, two old order inputs. So these two old order inputs need to be before here, because it's something that it's going to stick here. Okay, and so as I have said, we are missing an input to enable it. We will check that later. And so what we want here is just the code that uses this with some, so these are some functions that need to be also imported somewhere in the functions part. So we should be somewhere around here. Let me check. Get trend, squeeze momentum. So get trend. I'm not sure if the get trend one is from one place or the other one. So let me check for a second if get trend. Get trend is used from whom? Higher time frame. Okay, so this is going to be here, which is the place where before the custom stuff. Okay, and then we need to use them somewhere related to the logic. So this is related to volatility. I mean, we are going to check volatility or whatever and then use it there. Okay, so this is before the schema, so we can put it here to old logic. Okay. Yeah, let's put it that way. Otherwise it seems to not so close. And finally, this advice is used somewhere in order to open or not the trade. Open in order to close the trade, I guess. Yeah, so it's here. And as you can see here, as there is no enable Boolean variable, this means that that we need to add some kind of variable so that this is used. Yeah. So let me check. So what we want to do is to get long close with a new variable, and then okay, so let me check what the hell is long close. So here we have long close. Okay, so what we want to do here is to say something like if enable to old order long close, enable to old order long close advice. Not sure how to write this. Do something, okay? So maybe what we want to do is to write down here somewhere which is going to be the name for this variable. So this is too old. Enable to old. To old order long close. So maybe enable long order close. Do something. Okay, yeah, that's what I want to do. So what I want to do is long close is this staff or this order advice. So if this is true, it's going to close the order. Okay. Now we need the same with a short. We need this into the short place, which I mean, yeah, it's here. So if this is short order close, then we will use the short close advice. Nice. So down here we can have the 848 line, so that we can wait a moment. No, that's not right. This should be short close. Yeah, that's why you cannot reuse so much code. It's better to write it from scratch sometimes. So if it's too old short, then short close is short close or the advice to close it. Okay, so we need these two variables to be used. Okay, to all long close and to all short order close. So let's go and check, create these two variables so that we can use them. Later on, this is going to go into the Ruckard Zignaly template so that it's easier to use in the future. So let me check how the hell do we do this. So I guess this is something like this. Enable one of this. So enable, wait a moment, it's here, enable to alt long order close. Yeah. So this is going to be true by default, then we will turn it off if needed. To old orders. So what we want to do is to put everything to the same place. So let me rearrange this maybe. So we also want a short option. Okay. So we want short order close. This is short order. Okay. So what we want to do here is to put everything to the same place if it's the same thing. So we have enable, this is true, this is number of bars is 6 and the stop loss is 1%, so we might be able to put everything into the same place. So this is enable bars number and stop loss. Okay. Not sure this is going to work as expected, but we will try and see what happens. So this title we can remove it. Not this one. Okay, let me start with all of this. So we have this short, which have the short orders. Then you should have the short stop loss. So let's prepare everything with long, and once it works with long, we will try to implement into the short one. Okay. Then the other thing that we need is the inline. So we're going to say inline to old long orders, so that we can have something different than the short orders. And yeah, I think I could use something like pop-up. I'm not sure. Let me check 1 second. If there's something. So maybe we can check here input, see if there's something. Tooltip, hovering of the tooltip. Yeah, so I think I want to have this tooltip stuff. So the idea is that tooltip, maybe tooltip is a bad idea, but let's try it. So what we want to have is title, and title is empty here, and we also want it to have down here. Yeah, so we might consider adding tooltips to more stuff, but we will do it later. So I think we see if whatever we have here makes sense or not. So we go to our development, we check. So wait a moment, this is not development, here it is. So we're going to copy and paste and test everything here. So we have 33. Now we have 33. Maybe because this has not been enabled, I'm not sure. So this is the two old orders. So everything is here. Okay, so here there is a tooltip. Nice. So I could use the tooltip for showing what the hell is by default or not, I guess. Yeah, but I like to check to see the values here. So let me check. Okay, let's do something else. Let's say enable bars, stop loss, and L, which is long. Let's see how it goes. Okay. Can you please build everything? Nice. Now I have these two old orders, and now if everything is into the same place. So enable bars, stop loss. This is long, and tooltip says that this means that it's two old long order, stop loss 120. So I could have more information about this, keep everything into the same place, but I like when everything is shown here. I don't want to hover to see the defaults. I want to see them in one place. So let's put everything. Let's do the short the same way as the short let's do the short options the same way as the long options. Okay, so we can copy and paste this. So this is going to be short orders. Okay, wait a moment. Here I need to group. So now I need to use this everywhere. Okay, so this is an S, which means a short. This is true 6 and 0.60%. And so the next one is title, so nothing. And the next one, this is tooltip. This is, we will need to check whatever. So if this is right, now we should have everything as expected. So if I use it here, okay. So now we should have these two old order options, which are enabled with enable bars SL. Wait a moment. So we need more tooltips, I think, so that everything you can understand everything. But the idea is the one that they have, which is that everything is what's the name? Okay, so now should be able to see everything in the right place. Well, the two old orders If I want to check here, I can see everything, and this is long, this is short. Let me see if anything changes. It should change. Okay, we have some more and some more. So this is helpful, so that macros draw down 10%. Now we have 11%, 12%, and this we have only 10%. So this is better than what we had before. So this is a good addition. Okay. So what we're missing here is that we want this to be turned on by default. So let's turn it on by default, because this is a strategy. So this is true and this is true. Okay. So now I am done. I am going to just add this into the Pine editor. Okay. Now we see that this is more profitable, and yeah. So if we reset everything, it works as expected, because all orders are used. Okay. So yeah, I remember I wanted to implement the negative values on the two orders, so that you could have some sort of break-even based on time, but they have not implemented it, so whatever. So now I can take a look at everything and say that this is something new. So this is to all orders logic. Okay. So now we're going to have another version. We're going to bump. I think we are done. So we have this basically the same functionality as E3. Squeeze E3, and what we have is that we do not enforce to use the higher time frame. So that means that that the results are not so good, I think. So if we try to enforce the higher time frame, we might have worse results. Let's see. Yeah, we have worse results, but nevertheless it can be better. So it's 40% net profit and 45% profitable. This can be better, and what we're going to do in order to improve it is to check another pairs. So for now, from right now on, we can just bump the version, because we have a new version that we can share with the world. So today is 30. So this is B3, okay. And if you check around here, it's also B3 and B3. Okay. So let me check on here. can, so it's bump version to B3. Okay, and this is B3. Nice. So now we're going to check for this version, which should be B3 here. Okay, it's here. And I'm going to edit the video description so that anyone can use this script. Okay. So I think we are done so far. So what I'm going to do right now is to implement this into the Zignaly template so that we have it there. Okay, and then we are going to implement the multiple pairs, which is the nice thing, but I'm not sure if I'm going to start from scratch or not. Probably not, but yeah. So then also check B measure, which it's safer. Okay, so yeah. Let's work on the Ruckard Zignaly template in order to add the toOld logic function. I don't think we need the excuse momentum function there, but we will see later. So in order to implement this into the into the Zignaly template, what I'm going to do is to use this last version of the divergenced, and I'm going to apply it into the Ruckard Zignaly template. So here there are two spaces that should not be there, but anyways, I don't care too much about this discrepancy. Okay, so let me check. So we have the toOld order inputs, which I'm checking that there's one space. I mean, this should be together, so we will fix it now that we are at it. We will fix it. These are the functions. There are too many functions here. So let me fix step by step. So what we want to do is to edit the Ruckard template, which is here. So we have the inputs for the toOld. So the idea is that everything is together like this, and this is only one space so that it's easier to understand. So now I can compare again, I guess, so that I can check. Yeah, so we have these spaces. And here we have to apply this function Where is it? This function, but we need to remove the smil functions, otherwise this is going to be the match. So let's do it step by step. So this should be 583. So 583. More or less, and where the hell? Not sure what. Yeah, so the functions. So what we want to do is to remove this function and just skip the other ones. So now when we compare once again, it should show it properly. So we remove these lines, and then we only miss the squeeze momentum function. Okay, so to old logic, let me check if there's something else. No, the two old other logic should be there, so I'm going to apply it to. Nice. And we need to have some squeeze momentum now, some logic, additional logic for enable or not this old other logic. Okay, yeah, and I think we are done. So then the only thing that it's missing here is this needs to be turned off by default, because this is a template. We don't want to use something if we don't actually want to use it. Wait a moment, need variables to old logic. Yeah, there's some squeeze momentum stuff which should not be there. I thought I had removed it, and I'm saying it was not removed. What are we doing wrong here? So to old advice, so there should be some logic about to old logic. Yeah, I have added here a lot of stuff that does not make sense. This has to do with squeeze. It does nothing to do. It does not have. It does not have anything to do with implement logic. What? Got the data? No, it's not right either. Here it is. Okay, let me check if it makes sense now. So we have the inputs, which we have put together. We have the functions that we have some code. Then there's the to all logic, which is used when needed. Okay. So as I was saying, we need to turn this off by default. So this should be false and false, and also this should be false. Nice. This is nice. So now I can check this, and it should be perfect. It should be false. Then if I want to use it, I can use it. Functions, logic, and just use it or not. So I'm going to add this to the template, which is here, and this should be something like added to order logic. So now we want to bump this into another version of the template because we have new functionality. So this is going to be 30 and A5. So down here we want to use A5 too. That's right. So let me check if this is right. Okay, this is right. So let me find. So this should be A5. Okay, and now it should have some tag around here. Nice. So now we have this stuff. I'm going to check for this version of the template, which I guess should be somewhere here. Template. This is number 5. So it should have number 5. Nice. So this is going to be found in the video description. Yeah. Okay, so now we have this stuff. Okay. And yeah, we also have this B2 stuff, which can be used so we have this to all logic, and we have this B2 version. Now we should focus on the multiple pairs. Okay. So this is what we want to work on. Okay, so this is going to be the next video, I think. Maybe not too late, but this is going to be in the next video. So thank you for watching the video. See you in the next video.